Hi, my name is Gordon Greenwich, and you're watching ESPN Classic.
A tremendous innings this by Gordon Greenwich.
4 more.
Up goes the bat, and Gordon Greenwich, for the second time in this series, has gone on to a double century.
Oh, that final was grand. The final at Lord's was grand. I mean, playing at Lord's in itself is a great tribute to anybody who's ever, had the opportunity to grace that ground. The atmosphere was something else. Being the first World Cup of its kind. I think the final itself, I suppose, matured a lot of us. It had a type of, I suppose, tension and pressure that, if you don't have a strong heart, it could easily give out. So getting to the finals as well with the West Indies team and so on, I think people perhaps expected the West Indies team to get to the final. But being there wasn't the end of it. You didn't win it. You had to go down and win the match.
It's a fine shot. First runs of the day by Fredericks. Cut away. There's Gilmore, the fielder, at third man on the fence. And a fine throw coming in. So West Indies scoring the first run off Lilly. And that's the way to play the hook shot. The short one, beautifully in position. Kept the ball down, takes a single to deep long leg. Sort of shot that really appeals to the West Indian supporters here. And there's a great hook shot. It's out of the ground. Oh, well, what bad luck that was. Played a magnificent shot, trod on his wicket, hit a 6. And a very disappointed Fredericks there. So one can only say it was a little bit of stroke of a luck there for Dennis Lilly. It was a short ball, beautifully played, hooked out of the ground at deep long leg for 6, and then knocking back his wicket. Well, let's see again how that misfortune happened for Fredericks. The short one, the bouncer from Lilly. And Fredericks doing the right thing, moving back and across, timing the ball so sweetly. And just clipping off the 2 bails with his foot as he fell. Still 2 slips in the gully for Kelly Turan to face Gary Gilmore, I would think, for the first time. What a glorious shot. This man really is in cracking form. Coming in, getting off the mark straight away and playing a beautiful cover drive there for 4 runs. Swung away, beautiful shot there by Fan. Really, this Kelly Turan is in magnificent form, following that glorious cover drive with a beautiful hook off his legs for 4. Beaten there for the first time. Slight bit of movement down the hill there for the first time by Gilmore. A flick, not the greatest of shots by little Alvin Kelly Turan, but Gilmore, who'd kept him quiet all through that over, bowling a very accurate and good length, finally making the little man have a flick outside the off stump, and he paid the penalty, caught behind by Marsh. So he's out with the score on 27 for 2. Kelly Turan caught Marsh, bowled Gilmore for 12. And this is the end of the little left-hander Kelly Turan. Nice, comfortable little tickle to Rod Marsh behind.
That's 4 runs. No chance of cutting that off. Jeff Thompson not able to get to that, and 4 runs to Greenwich to take him into double figures. Delight there for the West Indian supporters. That's Kanai off the mark. Typical Kanai stroke, rocking onto the back foot. and hit right in the middle of the bat. Wild shot. They need to chase that. It's the second great cover drive Rowan Canai has played this morning. Thompson's first wicket, very, very low and away to Marsh's right hand. It just carried, and a very good effort from the West Australian wicketkeeper. Thompson's first breakthrough in this match here at Lord's today, with the West Indies total on 50, but they've lost 3 wickets. So the honours of the morning so far with Ian Chappell, who put the West Indians into bat on winning the toss and has taken 3 of their top wickets. Jeff Thomson is the bowler, and a great catch there, looking at it from the nursery end of the ground in our special camera. A fine performance by Rodney Marsh there to get across to that, and the new batsman coming in now is Clive Lloyd, the West Indian captain.
So a spell for Jeff Thomson, being replaced by his pace bowler colleague Dennis Lilly. Effortlessly torn up his legs this time by Lloyd. Just going to beat Walker onto the ropes. Slightly downhill here at Lord's, and with this quick outfield, the ball gathering pace the whole way down to that tavern boundary.
Magnificent hook shot out of the ground. Superb shot there by Lloyd. The West Indian crowd on their feet. No doubt at all about that shot. Beautifully played, in position so quickly. So Australia discovering here that there's another man they mustn't bowl short to. Really a brilliant hook shot for 6 there by Clive Lloyd, taking him into double figures. What a great shot, what a great shot. Stood still almost and hammered it away through mid-off for 4.
A series of great shots from the bat of Clive Lloyd. Almost standing to attention there and hammering it through the gap between bowler and mid-off. And Lloyd quickly now on to 26, the score on to 83. Good ball there by Lilly. Intelligent piece of bowling, held it back, bowled it at very nearly half his normal pace. Variation of pace there, beating Clive Lloyd.
And he's dropped him. A let off there for Clive Lloyd, a disappointed Edwards. Didn't middle it, probably the error there in the fieldsman's mind was the ball didn't quite come through at the pace he was expecting it. So Edwards, a brilliant fielder, missing out here. Lloyd going to swing it away again to mid-wicket, losing control, not timing it. Great diving effort by Edwards. Had the ball quite firmly in his hands at one stage, but out she bounced when he hit the deck.
It's a fine shot for 4 runs. Just straying in direction down the leg side, and Lloyd made no mistake. So the 100 comes up now for the West Indies. It's also the 50 partnership between Lloyd and Canai in only 49 minutes, and Canai's made only 6 of them. So the whole thing dominated this morning by Clive Lloyd. Walker's been brought back on now. He's got through 7 overs for 22 and bowled very well in the first session. Just about to bowl his 8th over now to Clive Lloyd. It's a marvellous stroke. Straight down the ground, landing just inside the boundary. 51 to Clive Lloyd. Quite a remarkable innings today, and appreciated by every one of his supporters in the crowd, and even by those who may not be favouring the West Indies here today. 50 in 59 minutes, 1 6 and 7 fours. Safe, and Kenai has broken the hold the Australian bowlers have had on him. Greg Chappell's asking for that, but no one else seemed very interested, particularly umpire Bird at the bowler's end. Ross Edwards is coming round under that, and he's put it down. Another very difficult chance for Edwards, and he's unable to pick up that one either. That was perfectly placed by Ian Chappell. He put Edwards out there for that lofted shot away on the offside. Here it is again, Greg Chappell the bowler. Kenai slashing away outside off stump, and Ross Edwards coming around from point on the fence. Might just have misjudged it a fraction, I think, but got both hands to it. Great shot again. Still a little bit too much over-pitched from Greg Chappell, and 4 more runs through extra cover. .32 now to Kenai. The partnership 88. And West Indies slowly taking charge of proceedings out here. 21 runs off Greg Chappell's 5 overs. Lilly is the man coming in under that, and he's put it down as well. 3 chances dropped by the Australians. All of them difficult, but all catchable. Kenai picked up 2 runs. Disappointment there for the Australians, but they have only themselves to blame.
Hoisted away into the grandstand balcony. A tremendous blow by Clive Lloyd. Wasn't all that short, in fact, something like a good length ball, but picked it up, timed it sweetly. And he moves on to 73 and makes this partnership between himself and Rohan Kenai worth 100. And that's come in the quick time of 85 minutes. A very big 6 indeed there by Clive Lloyd. The good length ball just simply helped on its way right into the grandstand. Also bringing up the 150, 152 for 3. And really hammered that square for 4. And there's no way you can bowl to a man like Clive Lloyd when he's in this sort of form. Length no longer means a thing. Not a bad ball by any means. And the West Indian contingent delirious with excitement now. And a short one hammered away this time by Kenai for 4 to mid-wicket. The crowd ever anxious to toss the ball back, let them get on with it.
and some tremendous shots being played. 168 for 3. This has not been a question of slogging, it's been a question of beautiful cultured stroke play. Clive Lloyd now to face the last over from Max Walker. And whacked away third, hurrying away to the boundary. That's 4 more. And the crowd unable to contain themselves, can't sit still in the seats. Ross Edwards chasing it, but it's 4 more. Really is a tremendous display of batting, this. So desperately needing a wicket. Can Gary Gilmore do it for them? Coming on at the nursery end, hasn't bowled since early in the morning. Bowled his first 6 overs from the other end, the pavilion end. Took the wicket of Calichuran at a cost of 18. It's Gilmore to Lloyd. And repeated again, flicked away to mid-wicket. 4 more, he's found the gap so beautifully. And the crowd rising again to this West Indian captain, who's moved his score now onto 99. He got it in no uncertain terms. Beautiful flashing cover drive, typical of the man. The bat raised, the crowd on their feet. And what a delightful exhibition this has been by Clive Lloyd. You couldn't really wish to see a better 100 than that in any form of cricket. 100 made out of 190 for 3. And the whole of Lords on their feet applauding this man, whether you're a neutral, whether you're a West Indian or an Australian. Nobody can fail to appreciate it. His 100 coming in exactly 100 minutes off only 82 balls, including 2 sixes and 12 glorious boundaries. What a glorious shot. What a magnificent shot. Wide half volley, waiting for it, cracked it square, up goes the hat, it's 50 now to Rohan Kanhai. Arms up in the air. Dicky Bird is coming over to see if the ball is carried. Marsh asking Dicky Bird, not quite sure whether that's carried through to the keeper. He's going to ask Tom Spencer if he feels it's carried. A long deliberation, one either says yes or no fairly quickly there. But he's given him out, yes, it seemed a long time. So the end of Clive Lloyd, catch taken by Marsh behind, a wicket for Gilmore, and the end of a really brilliant innings.
Clive Lloyd, the name would always be on the lips of most people who actually sort of had anything to do with this great game of cricket. Clive was a great father figure. You know, maturing as well, because he wasn't one to show that I'm the captain, I'm in charge, you do what I say and that's it. We had an opinion. Team meetings, we offered opinion and suggestions because he felt that we were an important part of what was going on. It was a unifying effort by everyone, and of course, being the person he was, everybody wanted to, you know, that they did their part and did their part to support what he was doing. I think we had a group of players who understood their role. It wasn't a matter of you constantly had to show them or teach them what it is they needed to do. I think we all knew our role in the team, and we tried to do that as best as possible.
There's bowling. So Gilmore taking his 3rd wicket. Kanhai fairly rapidly following his partner Lloyd. At the end of a most valuable innings there by the veteran West Indian player Rohan Kanhai. And the man causing the damage, 3 wickets then to Gary Gilmore, following his 6 against England in the semi-final. And he's bowled him. What a great over this is. Oh, Gilmore turning it on again. It's Richard's turn to go this time. So this young man who's been held back, he only bowled the first spell of 6 overs and took a wicket in that, has now come back and in 3 overs he's collected another 3 wickets. His figures at the moment standing on 4 for 34 and brought this game very much again Australia's way. 209 for 6.
Change in the bowling. Doug Walters has bowled his last over, and it's now to be Jeff Thompson bowling to Boyce. Lilly, and it beats him into the boundary. It's wide of turns, a good shot too. Picked that up beautifully off his toes.
And what Boyce is facing is Jeff Thompson. And that's a full pitch. So Keith Boyce fall into that full pitch. Quite happy about it. 34 very valuable runs in brisk time from the Barbadian. Only 43 minutes, the 7th wicket to go down, score on 261. He's had a go at that, he's middled that one all right. It's a fine shot by Derek Murray. And Lilly getting the treatment, another 6. And he will not learn that you can't bowl them halfway down to these West Indian cricketers, no matter what order they come in. Derek Murray at number 9, a fine hook shot into the crowd for 6. Boosting this West Indies score now to 282 for 7. And Murray has gone very quickly into double figures. That's an easy caught and bowled. Gilmore snapping it up, and that gives him 5 wickets, so 5 wickets for Gary Gilmore, following his 6 wickets against Leeds up at Headingley. What a great start he's had to this first tour of this country. And nearly swung himself off his feet there. Gilmore not too worried about it, but he could be, because they'll run a second one. So 2 more, that's it. It's the end of the West Indian innings. Their score standing on 291 for 8. Superb century we've seen from Clive Lloyd. And the bowling honours here taken by Gary Gilmore, the man walking off with 5 wickets to his name.
Oh, we had a very moderate bowling department, really. Yeah, they were fairly average, but they got the job done. We had, you know, a superb, sort of group of bowlers who played for West Indies cricket over the period that I played, and again, it was one of the reasons why we actually were so confident that we could do well.
Caught that second slip by Kali Charan, the breakthrough that West Indies needed so badly. Boyce just getting that leg cutter to run away from the right hand of McCosker. He's produced 3 great deliveries in this Prudential World Cup competition. 2 of them dismissed the Chappells at the Oval, and that one now has taken care of Australia's opening batsman, Rick McCosker, with 25 runs on the board. Bernard Julian now to Ian Chappell. Very good stroke, and it's an admonishing look from Clive Lloyd to Julian. I shouldn't think Lloyd's instructions were to bowl any bounces to Ian Chappell, unless it's Andy Roberts who is going to do it. Well, he's got his runs, but not off the middle of the bat, but they all count. Great shot. Lovely shot from Ian Chappell. He's been aiming to club the ball away through extra cover 3 or 4 times, but he hasn't had his timing right until that one.
Boyce is still in charge of the bowling at the pavilion end. Starting now his 7th over. He's the solitary wicket taker so far. And a brilliant diving effort there by Boyce. Been so many difficult chances gone to ground here today. And he's got that away successfully and well wide of mid-on for 4. So Ian Chappell here has got over the first problem, the one of not losing early wickets. It's a short one, a great hook shot there by Alan Turner. Really latched onto that one, waiting for the short one, put it away decisively behind square for 4. And Clive Lloyd, who invariably in these matches seems to come on for a few overs and very often snaps up with a valuable wicket. Field very much on the defensive, no slip for the West Indian captain. So the 2 captains here in direct opposition.
And very close, yes, he's run him out. So Clive Lloyd, come on, a throw there from Viv Richards, a delighted Viv Richards, and Alan Turner, slow to set off, was ambling through, thinking he was safely home. But the speed, mobility of Richards tricked him in the end, and that's a blow to Australia when they were going so very well indeed. And the West Indian crowd, who've been extremely quiet for the last 45 minutes, back on their feet again now, as the West Indies take the 2nd wicket, that of Alan Turner, run out for 40 with the score on 81. Good effort from Alan Turner. Good, sound, solid 40 runs. The right sort of base that Australia needed if they'd any hope of making this score of 292 to win. Lloyd coming on, his first ball to Chappell. Just pushed quietly away on the onside. Turner a little slow there, hesitating and deciding only at the last minute to go. Chappell called him straight away. And Richards, a fine flick of the wrists, breaking the wicket with Turner still short of his ground. It's away all right this time. Beautiful shot. Elegantly clipped off his legs there by Greg Chappell. Short and hit away most powerfully this time by Chappell. Greg Chappell making a 2nd boundary there.
It's 4 runs, very fine glance there by Ian Chappell. So 5 runs from this over. Andy Roberts. Oh, and this must be a run out here. He must be out. Richards again. Tragedy for Australia. Absolute tragedy with a misfield there. The old rule of never run on a misfield still holds good. Waving that he hadn't caught it, it bounced just in front of him, but a great piece of fielding. There'll be 4 runs. Good square drive from Doug Walters, he was well over the top of that. Well, I would put that down as a chance, I think. Derek Murray just getting the left glove to it. And the reaction of the players and the batsmen and the fieldsmen, I'd say that Chappell had got a fine edge to that down the leg side. It's a good shot from Ian Chappell. Ben Van Holder is the fieldsman who'll pick it up inside the boundary. It's 3 to Chappell, and it brings up his half-century. So a good fighting innings from the Australian captain. He's unfortunately been concerned in the 2 run-outs that have occurred in the Australian innings, but he's batted very soundly. He gave 1 chance. His 50 came up in 100 minutes, and it has included 4 boundaries.
And a terrific shot. That really was a wonderful blow. Onto that so quickly. Enormous power, he put that away. Oh, it's a glorious shot. Short, cut away off the back foot by Walters. And Walters certainly looking something of a menace now to these West Indian fielders. Beautifully timed shot. 162 for 3 after 38 overs. Clive Lloyd now pushing a man back on the deep square leg boundary. So a man on the deep mid-wicket boundary. 2 men back now. He rather feels, I think, that Ian Chappell will be having something of a dart at him. Well, there's plenty of open spaces. And
again they're in trouble, and again he's run out. Oh dear, what a calamity for Australia. And it's this man Richards again. Really tossed it away. Absolutely needless run out there by Australia. And utter confusion again between the 2 Australian batsmen. Well, Australia in here with a great chance of victory, are slowly tossing it away. Greg Chappell run out, now his brother Ian run out.
so despite that 4th wicket going down, there must still be hope here for Australia, with Walters in great form, Marsh, Edwards still to come in. And another glorious crack through extra cover by Walters. That's going through for 4. And this is the man the West Indies have got to dispose of, and dispose of fairly quickly now. Rod Marsh, 27 years of age now, 31 tests for Australia on his 2nd tour of this country. Turning that one off his legs. So into his stride fairly quickly, takes 2 runs. Clive Lloyd to start his 11th over.
And he's bowled him, so that's the wicket West Indies wanted. And that could be the turning point in the game. Walters, who looked and gave us a glimpse here of his true form, fall into Clive Lloyd with his score on 35. A 5th success for the West Indies, with the Australian score standing at 170. Well, they possibly think that the cup is now theirs. That's a critical wicket there for Clive Lloyd to take. And he's well deserved at least 1 wicket in a fine, sustained spell of medium pace bowling.
So 4 runs there to Ross Edwards. And for the first time, Australians here in a slip behind a comparative run rate.
46 overs gone now, 99 needed in 14 overs. Well, I saw Western Australia beat New South Wales in a Gillette Cup match in Sydney last year in similar circumstances. He's put him down. Derek Murray, a straightforward catch. And Keith Boyce can hardly believe it. Little bit of extra bounce there, and Murray was up off the ground in trying to take the catch. the shoulder of the bat, and Murray was unable to hang on to it. Boyce to Marsh. Bowled him, and that, I should think, is just about the end for Australia. Marsh bowled by Boyce, aiming away through mid-on. He made 11, and the Australians are 195 for 6 in the 47th over, chasing 292 to win. New batsman coming in for Australia, Gary Gilmore. He's had 2 very good matches so far with the ball and with the bat at Headingley, where his temperament was very, very good in a crisis. Took 6 wickets at Headingley, 5 wickets here today at Lord's for a cost of 48 in his 12 overs. A very good effort. But he now faces a really difficult task. And furthermore, he won't be seeing the ball too well at the moment, coming out of the darkness of the pavilion. The time here in England, for the benefit of Australian viewers, is 7:45 in the evening. It's a fine shot from Gilmore. Picked that up nicely. Greenwich was the fieldsman, but it was well out of his reach. It's the sort of stroke play the Australians must attempt, but they only have 4 wickets in hand. 207 for 6 now. Gilmore has gone on to 8. It's a good shot from Edwards, who's not a hooker, but he swung that around. He went with the ball, swung it around behind square leg for 4 to take him on now to 24. It's a very good shot. Beautiful lofted straight drive from Gilmore. Last time Gilmore played against the West Indians, I think, would have been when he went to the Caribbean as a member of the Australian schoolboys side. He's the youngest member of this Australian party in England at the moment. And that must be out. Kanai, and he's caught it safely. Just 10 yards in from the boundary. An attempted bouncer from Keith Boyce. And Kanai in all sorts of trouble there. Took the catch safely. And Australia now 221 for 7.
More often than not, most of the bowlers prefer to bowl the older ball because they could work the ball better. Because the new ball would just, you could slip it, because it's hard, you get more bounce and so on, but they prefer to work the ball. That was the skill of the individuals that we had in the team.
Boyce now is bowling his 12th over to Edwards. And it's in the air, and Fredericks must catch that. A simple chance. And Australia have lost their 8th wicket for 231. The West Indian crowd is going wild over on the left of the ground. Max Walker now is on 7, facing Keith Boyce. Holder. And that's out. The 4th run out of the innings. A very fast throw from Holder. I wouldn't mark it down as one of the best pieces of running between the wickets I've ever seen from any cricketer. And Thompson has hit Roberts straight down the ground for 4. The first ball of Andy Roberts over, coming back to relieve Bernard Julian, his 9th over, and Thompson has taken 4 runs from it. Fine shot from Thompson. Picked that nicely off his toes and into the square leg boundary for 4.
That's high in the air. He's middled it pretty well over the top of Clive Lloyd. So counts as 4 more. And the Australians not giving up without a great fight here. And he's missed this time, otherwise we should have had the 5th run out. They're coming back for the overthrow, and if Richards had thrown to the other end, I think it might have been curtains. The ball flying off in all directions there. They're coming in, it's a misfield. They take 2 runs. Andy Roberts, the offender this time, off the pad, 2 leg byes. But Dennis Earlier's moving into double figures now. He's on 10. Thompson, his partner, on 15. 261 for 9. So only 30 runs now between these 2 fine sides. The Australian dressing room watching it to the bitter end. Fingers crossed up there, hoping for a miracle. And hold it to Lilly. He's got that away through the gap on the onside. Little Calichuran, who's fielded it so brilliantly down there in front of the tavern, making sure they only get a single. He might have missed out with the bat today, but made some really tremendous stops on the boundary edge. So another single, 262 for 9. And Thompson occasionally veering it. A little touch down the leg side. It's coming again. How good's the throw going to be? Is it out? Anticipating the run out, the crowd coming on the field. And they must go back. Thompson ushering them away off the field. He says he's not finished yet. He's 17 not out at the moment. And Jeff Thompson has started to enjoy himself out there. So that gives these 2 batsmen the chance of a breather. They've been running and chasing hard since they came together with a score on 233, and they've added 31 exciting and valuable runs. Crowd almost back behind the boundary ropes. And it's holder to Thompson. And that's it. That's it. He's told him to go back. The overthrow off a no ball again. Overcome the crowd. They think it's over. They didn't see the no ball signalled, and these 2 batsmen are still running, and it's absolute chaos out there. Nobody knows what's happened. They can keep on running. Lilly says, keep going. We can run 10 here. Because nobody can find the ball. The crowd are on the field. Everybody trying to find out now how many they actually did run, what happened. It was a no ball, it was a catch taken, it was a shy by Fredericks at the wicket, and they ran the overthrows. And Tom Spencer doesn't quite know what it's all about down there. It must be a very weary Tom Spencer too. 9.5 hours he's been out there officiating. And the British Bobby taking command in the end, ushering them back. And all the time, the light is growing worse. And I don't think that Tom Spencer or Dicky Bird are quite sure how many they run. And we could, at any moment, have an appeal, I would have thought, from MCC here. This game could end in chaos, and that would be tragedy, because it's been wonderful entertainment from 11 o'clock this morning. 2 runs, he signalled. And so I think the 2 batsmen deciding who struck the ball, whether they've got to change ends. And it's Thompson now, facing Holder. His score, his contribution here on 21. They're pushing it for the single, but off the pad. Signal there by Spencer. It signals not quite good enough. They need a couple of boundaries to come fairly smartly. Partnership moving on. 40 runs put on now for this last wicket. So Lily facing Holder. 19 wanted off 10 balls. There's at least another single. Will they chance a second? No. Thompson slipped, in actual fact. I think he might have gone for a second otherwise. So there are just 9 balls left in this pulsating match. 18 runs wanted. The field way back on the boundary now. Only Fredericks on the offside, capable of saving a single. Apart from that, the whole West Indies side packed round the boundary edge. And Thompson, who's played so well for his 21.
And he's out. That's a great stop, and what a way to end the match. 274. And I've never seen cricketers move as quickly, gathering the sacred stumps. The charge of the brigade over. A win for West Indies here by 17 runs. And unforgettable scenes here at Lord's Cricket Ground at the end of one of the greatest one-day matches one could ever possibly wish for. 291 scored by West Indies, 274 the Australian reply. And the crowd gathering in there now, mobbing over the pitch. They've waited a long time. Keith Boyce still unable to get through. That great mob of people that have surged onto Lord's Ground here. The British law doing its best there to keep this excited crowd away. And Prince Philip, of course, president of MCC, with the trophy in his hand, beckoning to Clive Lloyd to come up and receive it. And it goes to this magnificent cricketer, and how well he and his team have deserved it. And the crowd settle out, the trophy held high, his medal along with it.
We felt confident that we would do it. We felt we had a good enough side to win the World Cup in 1975. But, you know, these things sometimes come back to haunt you, where that confidence level could perhaps sort of raise to maybe underestimating your opposition and things like that. So, you know, I think we played well enough. We were fortunate occasionally, but I think we actually sort of were positive enough and focused enough to actually sort of go on and win the final.